Hi, and welcome to Goal Diggers. Our group treatment plan is going to be purposed to identify and work on personal goals to improve quality of life. The referral criteria for this is adults 18 and over that have been diagnosed with cerebral palsy and are seeking OT services. The model or frame of reference that we have chosen to use for our theoretical background is the cognitive frame of reference. It focuses on the individual's life and daily experiences, their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors within their social and physical environments and contexts. Moving on to group details, the membership type is going to be an open group that circles and rotates 4 to 8 patients. The description for this group is going to be that clients will conceptualize their personalized and individualized goals by creating a modified mind map out of crafting materials to address ADLs, work, socialization, and mental health. Updates to these mind maps will be regulated weekly as we look into adding magazine clippings so that they can visualize the goals, as well as timelines for their expected and actual goal achievement dates. The rationale is that independence will be achieved with enhancement of goal setting. Discharge criteria is when the clients reach 3 out of 4 of their goals with completion, as well as increase their COPM or Canadian Occupational Performance Measure scores by 3 points with level of satisfaction and self-performance. Lastly, the leadership style for this group will be facilitative. There will be OT guidance and assistance when needed, but the clients will be choosing their own goals and how to form their mind maps. The time and location of the meeting will be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. weekly at an outpatient clinic, or if scheduling availability is not there, at a community center. We have a goal for this to be on Mondays or Wednesdays, just depending on client consensus. Lastly, the supplies and costs of the materials that we'll be using for these treatment activities is 10 chairs and tables that are already supplied, construction paper, so 50 colored papers for $10 on Amazon, magazines, which would be either a cost of buying them or it may vary based on a donation outcome, scissors, which would be 10 for $10 on Amazon, glue sticks, which is 10 pack for $10 on Amazon, markers, washable markers for 12 count would be $7.99 on Amazon, and a jar lid, a smaller one like a mason jar lid, to help stencil out the circles on the mind map for a donation basis too.
For our introduction of our Goal Diggers group treatment session, we'll have everyone go around the room and introduce themselves and have them share something that they've accomplished this past week. For the activity, we'll have everyone create a mind map of goals that they want to achieve before being discharged. These goals will be related to 4 topics, which include ADLs, work, socialization, and mental health. Individuals will create a goal that they feel like they can accomplish for each of these categories. Therapists will distribute materials such as paper, which can be construction paper, markers, scissors, and magazines. Individuals will draw 4 circles, they could do this using mason jar lids, on the paper for each of the topics that they'll be creating a goal for. Individuals will then write their goal branching off of these circles and will add magazine clippings to further explain or show the goals that they created for themselves. And when they're completed, they'll share these mind maps with the rest of the group. And for sharing, we'll have the members share their experience with the group and how the activity made them feel or opinions that they had about the activity. And the therapist will also prompt the group on what would make the activity easier for them in the future. For processing, therapists will ask what group members thought was hard and easy about the activity, and they'll also ask the group if this is something they think they'll be able to do when creating goals in the future. For generalizing, therapists will ask what the group learned about themselves while doing the activity. Therapists will ask what part of the activity affected them the most. For application, therapists will ask the group members if they have any ideas on how to make goal setting easier or different ways they can make goals. And the group will also be asked how they can use goal setting outside of this group treatment session. And for the summary, we'll just summarize the main discussion points from the previous sections that are applicable to the whole group. And we'll also discuss again how this activity can be incorporated in daily life.
Hello and welcome to our second group called I Am Capable. The purpose of this group is to improve self-efficacy with performing ADLs through positive affirmations in a social context. And the frame of reference that we are using is the cognitive model. This frame of reference focuses on the individual's life experiences, their thoughts and behaviors, their emotions, mood, and their environment. This frame will allow us to modify the cognitive demand of the group activities to match the members' abilities. The referral criteria is adults 18 years and older who are diagnosed of cerebral palsy that are receiving occupational therapy services. The group details. This will be an open group where members can leave and new members can join, and it will consist of 4 to 8 members. The description. The client will work towards their goals and achieve those goals through the use of COPM activities, and COPM will be administered to each member prior to the start of the program. And the rationale is to use those activities to boost their self-efficacy and confidence with ADL performance, and in turn improve their COPM scores by discharge. And the discharge criteria would be 2-point increase in their COPM and when they have met or achieved their goals. We will use a facilitative leadership for this group where OTs will be guiding and assisting with the activities, but the clients will be the people coming up with affirmations for other members of the group. Meeting details and the cost of supplies. We propose that this group will be meeting 2 times every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, between 2 and 3 p.m. at an outpatient clinic or a community center, depending on availability. So the supplies and the cost, we will need 10 chairs and some tables, but the clinic already have them. We will need some pens. They have already been donated by the clinic. We will need some construction papers where the members will write their positive affirmative statements about the other members. And there are 50 colored papers for $10 at Amazon. We will need some scissors, which are $10 for 10 pieces of scissors at Amazon. And we will need a basket. This is already donated by the clinic.
For our group, which is called I Am Capable, looking at the 7 steps, our introduction, we would have everyone go around the room and introduce themselves to the group. Everyone will give 2 hobbies that they enjoy, as well as 1 thing that they really are very skilled at, and they'll go around and introduce each other that way. The activity for the group, we will have everyone write on colored construction paper 2 separate positive affirmations about each other individual in the group. That can be on their ADL skills, IADL skills, or any other topic that they think they excel at. Afterwards, the participants will use the scissors to cut out their sentences. The papers will be collected by the therapist and delivered to the recipients. Recipients will read aloud their positive affirmations, hopefully helping to enlighten the individual on some of the strengths that they may have overlooked they had, as well as gain more self-confidence. Clients will then work on solidifying their increased self-image by stating their skills as pointed out by the group members, which will hopefully allow them to be able to advocate for their own independence outside the group. Moving on to sharing. After the group completes the activity, we will have the individuals go around in order and share their experience within the group and how they felt while completing the activity. For processing, we would have individuals share how the experience of the activity was, their own personal experience, and we will ask the group members to once again go around and speak about how it impacted them on personal levels, such as what did they feel when they read what others thought about them and their skills, and then also did it help them recognize strengths and abilities that they have that maybe they had overlooked or took for granted. Moving on to generalizing. During the generalizing portion of the group, we will discuss a few of the general principles that were identified during the group with everyone. Moving on to application, we will have the group members go around and discuss how the activity can help them in their everyday life once they leave the group, and how they will be able to implement their new life understanding of their skills into their daily lives and be able to advocate for themselves and what they can do to others who might not understand what people with CP actually can do. And then finally, for summary, we will discuss the important implications the group had for helping develop their self-confidence. And again, as previously mentioned, be able to advocate for themselves outside of the group, as hopefully the group has been able to help them realize all the things they are actually capable of and will be able to advocate for themselves in the future.